control shape. You know what I mean?
Elegbete TV Radio, we dare to lead. This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Get entertained. There's nothing like listening to Elegbete TV Radio. It's fun. Elegbete TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bonsoir. Je m'appelle Comment et ce soir, je suis avec LBT sur LBT TV Radio.
LBT TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. LBT TV Radio. We dare to lead.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthew. So you love to come in Elegbete One Sports. It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's a Friday edition, last one for the week. And after that, we go into football. Yeah, football matches were played yesterday in the UEFA Europa Cup preliminary rounds, also in the Conference League preliminary rounds. West Ham trashed the opener 3-1. And now West Ham fans are saying, I think that's shocking. West Ham fans are saying they would rather choose relegation from the Premier League and win. Jesus Christ. Your club not suffer you so much that you now start lowering your expectation. First of all, that means that West Ham fans have given up, that they don't believe that they can win a league title in England. So they are not in that class. A rich owner cannot come and buy the club. They don't even believe that they're in that category at all. Well, in Finland, remember AJK last time I had to play 2-2 draw against Silkeborg, from Denmark, but then he ended 1-0. AJK Finland won that game. Uruguayan Ferencváros also won their game 4-0 against Shamrock Rovers. Shamrock Rovers, they were sham in the first place, so they were out of it. Apollonia played against Olympiacos, and it was a 1-1 draw in that game. Malmo, the gods of Malmo, were at play as they won 3-1 against Sivasspor of Turkey in Sweden. Malmo, my guys, played against this guy some time ago, so I know what's up. Being there to that stadium, love that place. Okay, Sheriff Tiraspol, you remember them? They played against Punic Yerevan of Armenia. It ended 0-0. They made a very big name for themselves last season by beating Real Madrid at home 2-1, but that didn't change anything because Real Madrid still went on to go win the title, right? FC Zurich won their game at home against Hearts of Scotland 2-1. Ludogorets Razgrad from Bulgaria beat Zagris of Lithuania 1-0. Red card for a Lithuanian player in that game. Dnipro of Ukraine, yes, in the war, could not win as AEK Lamatia of Cyprus won that game easily. Genk of Belgium could not win on Omonia of Cyprus as Omonia of Cyprus came to Belgium and beat Genk of Belgium 2-0. Austria Vienna lost at home 2-0 to Fenerbahce, even collected a red card for good measure. Okay, in the Europa Conference League qualification game, Rakov of Portland won their game against Slava Prague of Czech Republic 2-1. CSKA Moscow of Bulgaria won their game against FC Basel of Switzerland 1-0. Maccabi Tel Aviv won their game in Israel against Nice of France 1-0. Nice of France is the club that's looking to sign Nicolas Sanogo Pepe on loan from Arsenal. Molde of Norway were beaten at home by Wolfsberger AC of Austria 1-0. Slovako of Czech Republic beat AIK of Sweden 3-0. And the Young Boys of Switzerland were beaten at home by Anderlecht by 1-0. And then other matches where you have winnings was Zrinjski of, I don't know where they're from, They beat Slovan Bratislava by a goal to nothing. Slovan Bratislava also got a red card in that game. West Ham were good value for money as they won at home 3-1 against Viborg of Denmark. And Villarreal, the club that have Nigerian player Samuel Chukwueze, also won the game 4-2. Did I just say 2-0? 4-2 in that game, and they are feeling very, very high. Okay, Mr. Man, you like to win games. When you win games, you want to be happy. Ajax Split of Croatia used to be one of the best teams back in the day, coming out of that region, but times have changed. Economic situations, times have changed. They're no longer seen in Europe. The year that Ajax won the UEFA Champions League, I remember they played against Ajax, I think in the quarters or so, round of 16, I don't know. But they played against Ajax. Ajax also had AC Milan in the same group with them, winning them 2-1 home and away. But then eventually, it is what it is. Don't forget that Samuel Chukwueze assisted one of the goals that Morales scored. I think that was the third goal when it became 3-1. Ajax Split scored first. Morales equalized. Then Livajas made, scored an own goal to give them 2-1. And then Samuel Chukwueze assisted Morales. And then Gerard Moreno was assisted by Morales, who made it 4-1. And later on, Ajax Split got a second goal for good measures from the penalty spot. I was dispatched by Fossati. Yeah, today we're going to talk about some things. Remember, tomorrow is Anthony Joshua's fight. I have said my piece that I'm pitching my tent with Alexander Usyk, even though my brother doesn't believe it. My brother thinks that Anthony Joshua is a businessman, and what he does is just doing the business thing. So he loses the first fight, gets his money, and then gets a second fight where he dispatches the opposition. Unfortunately, if that's his game plan, he's lost it. So today on this show, apart from the regular, which is transfer rumors and all that, seems like Aubameyang to Chelsea is a real deal. And I think if Aubameyang, the goal scorer, shows up, that might be a very good business, but a very, very big tomato and egg in the face for Thomas Tuchel. But then the good thing, the advantage of that is that Thomas Tuchel have worked with Aubameyang before, and they did very well. On that, Thomas Tuchel has got 31 goals in the German Bundesliga to beat Robert Lewandowski, the man who's come to displace him at Barcelona from the title. And from that moment, Robert Lewandowski, was not happy with his teammate. He said they were not giving him the passes very well. But you scored 30 goals. Who gave you the pass? Well, that's yesterday's story. I'm just giving it for contest's sake. So now I'm going to talk to you about 10 of the most controversial football matches of all time. The reason for that is Mike Dean have come out to say, and this is what I hate. You see, when I told you guys on Monday that all of this thing is drama to keep the English Premier League, excuse me, guys, on the major talking point, people thought I was joking. See, we've been talking about Chelsea Sports since Sunday till now. Mike Dean came out to say he went over the video again and he's sorry that he made a mistake. Wait a minute. I don't understand. Mike Dean, you were not the live referee. I can understand the live referee giving an excuse that he was watching the ball where the corner kick was coming from and he didn't see that. I can understand that. I can also understand the assistant referee saying that his eyes were off the mark. But your job is to rewind the cassette, rewind the clip, rewind the chip, whatever it is, whether it's cassette, whether it's video clip, whether it's flash drive, wherever, rewind it. And even now on some pay TV, you can stop, rewind live TV and see a movement and even put it on slow motion. Now that's what you were asked to do. Rewind the clip and watch it. And the funny thing is they were protesting about the hair. And he said he missed it. I don't get it. If you had seen that, and then he now came out to say that was a foul, it shouldn't have been waved aside. This is my take on this. Let's not forget what Ovrebo did to Chelsea some years ago, and so many other things. Chelsea have really been on the bad end of some terrible refereeing, but Chelsea have also benefited from terrible refereeing as well. But either side of the divide, my case is do not even create a situation where there are terrible refereeing at all, and then come aside and make an excuse that, oh, I made it. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I still, as a fan of the Super Eagles, I still can't forget 1988, the goal that Henry Wosu scored against Cameroon. That was disallowed by that referee. It still hurts me to today. That's the reason why I don't like Cameroon or Issa Hayatou and all that, because I just felt like we were robbed. Okay, so think about it, the many football fans that have been robbed in this process, and you keep them in a place where they are always angry with maybe an opponent or a country or whatever it is. I think that Mike should be jailed. Okay, these are jailable offenses because you can't just I missed it. So to what end? If you are not missed it, definitely Thomas Tuchel and what's it called? Antonio Conte will not get a red card. So today I'm going to give you 10 of some of the most controversial matches that has ever happened in football. On the comment section, you can also put the ones that you remember, 10 of the most controversial matches that you remember. Beyond that, I'm also going to give you 10 of the bloodiest boxing bouts that's ever gone down in the history of boxing. Some of them you would agree with me, some of them you will not agree. Some of you are just purely football people, you might not even know some of those fights. But then if you know any other one that is way more bloody than the 10 that I'm going to list for you, I would be very, very happy and delighted to see on the comment section. You know how it goes. On Instagram, you can put your comment on Instagram, it's Celebrity1. On the YouTube channel, you know how it is. It's Celebrity TV Sports, so join us live and let's feel your comment in the comment section on the live stream. Beyond that one, I'm also going to talk to you about penalties at the World Cup. Can you guess? Can somebody guess the team with the most accurate penalty kicks at the World Cup? The team that has scored the most penalty kicks. And I'm going to give you a clue. They've only missed once. Okay? They've scored 17 World Cup journey. What team is that? What national team is that? I mean, that's like the easiest way to make it happen for you. Okay? And there's no way I can go beyond that one. There's no way I can go beyond that one. I'm just saying that one. So I'm going to give you 10 of the bloodiest boxing bouts in history, 10 of the most controversial football matches that I have selected. This is my 10. You can pick your own and slot it in as far as you're concerned. And I'm also going to give you the history storyline about penalties at the World Cup. The World Cup is coming in November, not far away from us. And I'm also going to take you through transfer gist and rumors. But let me take a few comments as they are coming in already, so nobody accuse me of ignoring or abandoning it. Mr. Smile says, good morning, Letter. Good morning to you. I cite you there. Thank you for joining in. How you doing? It's been a while. And Benedict is a good day, sir. Good day to you as a mom and your siblings. And Denovia says, good morning, Elevator. Good morning to you. Everybody's greeting her. So I think he said EPL is a scam. And I agree with you as usual. Your usual submission that EPL is match fixing. Yes, I would always stand by that. And Denovia says, I go for Anthony Joshua. Me, I go for Alexander Usyk. Benedict, he say, Mr. Omar Akatuba, could I message you, please? Omar, please allow this kid to I mean, it's a teenager, it's a very, very bright little kid. Please hear him out. If he needs your attention, please hear him out. I don't know, is Omar on this live stream? If he's there, Omar is the most accessible human being that I know on social media space, even though so many people take it for granted and throw shit too many times. Mr. Smile says he shouldn't have said anything. Me too. That's what I take. If you stood your ground. Mr. Saviki said Henry Wosu heading that the referee said it was offside on the day of Isayatu's birthday, 1988. That I can't forget that one. Tony Jesse said I can still remember the South Korean guy who died in the boxing ring. Okay, so let's take us on a journey. Well, let me look at YouTube people. I don't know if you guys have dropped comments. They like to keep it late anyway, so let's see if we have comment there. But do you remember? He said good morning, boss. Good morning to you. So let me take you on a journey, and I'm going to be crisscrossing different conversation so that it will be well mixed and well squeezed in. Let me start with the transfer rumor because we really do not have time on the show. And whatever question you have, whatever comments you have, please pop it in. I'll be here to respond to them as best as I can. Having said that, let me run you straight through the transfer rumor mill. What's going on in the transfer? What Bernardo Silva is in conversation today. Guimaraes is in conversation. Antony, Gakpo, Carrasco, and Justin Kluivert. His father was a fantastic guy, but I don't know if he is as fantastic as his dad anyway. Hearing his name has been coming for a very long time. It's not easy, to come from a family of football. I think that Some families know how to do it well. Some families just don't get it right. I think the Soji family, I'm proud of them. They did it across all sports, from football to rugby and other sports. And there is a new generation of the Sojis that are coming. I think the Boy brothers also did it very well to the very highest level, up to the World Cup. Gary Neville and Fernando, you may not like them, but I think they did it well to the very highest level, to winning the Premiership and winning all that competition as well. I don't know, too many. The Maldini family, from Cesar Maldini to Paulo Maldini and now to the son, they've also done that well. The mother of that Paulo Maldini's son is from Venezuela, don't forget, but I mean, he can choose to play for Italy or Venezuela, but that's a conversation for another day. And a few other brothers that have been in the sporting limelight, or family that have been in the sporting limelight, that have done it very well. But let's come down to the transfer rumor. Manchester City do not want to sell midfielder Bernardo Silva, who's 28 years of age, despite interest of Paris St-Germain and Barcelona in the Portugal international. Real Madrid see Newcastle and Brazil midfielder Bruno Guimaraes, 24, as the ideal potential replacement for Casemiro if he were to leave, or if eventually next season they let him go. But Casemiro said he's not leaving Real Madrid. But you know how in football, players say one thing and then they do another too. The Haaland family have Haaland, and the son Alan brought Haaland. Okay, so there are some other families. If anyone you know, please chime it in, and then we'll take it. Talking about Suji, Sam Suji is here. Wonderful brother that I have, very, very consistent with me. Okay, Tony Jesse now brought us the name of the boxer. He said King Dong died in the boxing ring fighting against Ray Mancini in 1982. I won't lie to you. I'm just hearing that. Yeah, I'm just hearing that. Thank you very much for helping my sporting and boxing education, bros, for that one that you just brought in. Uche, yes, Uche brothers, the Carlo Uche and his brother. Yeah, that's also another one. Ajax have rejected a bid of 80 million euro, which is 67.6 million pounds, for Manchester United for Brazil winger Antony, who is 22 years of age. I thought that Manchester United said they have moved past Antony. They seem to be speaking from multiple sides of their lips. PSV Eindhoven will not entertain a bid from Manchester United for the Netherlands attacker Cody Gakpo, 23, until after their Champions League playoff second leg at home to Rangers on the 24th of August. So no distraction, please don't come here and distract us. But if we don't make it to the Champions League, we will sell and make money. At least we can't lose on both sides. Okay, but right now I want to focus on chasing this rabbit, this elephant meat. If we don't get the elephant meat, then we'll go for the rabbit. Either way, we just want to know what we're doing. United are considering a 25 million pounds move for Atletico Madrid, Belgium forward Yannick Carrasco. How are the mighty falling? It's life. Borussia Dortmund will not pursue an opportunity to sign Manchester United Portugal forward Cristiano Ronaldo, okay, who is 37 years of age, because of his age and wage requirement. I said it from the beginning, Dortmund don't pay that kind of crazy salary. Dortmund are never going to chase him. There's no way that's going to happen. All of those rumors, I said it was just his agent trying to play games with people. Okay, GT Soccer Consultancy Agency. Man, this name is long. Okay, why not just GT Soccer Agency? I mean, consultancy and agency, is it not the same word? Well, sorry, it's your business, is what you do. So I'm just saying anyway. Sando Olise and Azubike Olise, Obona Kanu and Papilo. Obona was my teammate in Shaparo that year. You know, some footballers that make it to Europe, you can swear in your life, so you know, say this person now Ogbori. How did they make it to Europe? You can't explain. Ogbona Kanu, Ogbona they hear me. If you hear me right, you know say you be Ogborisha. But how you think make her reach that level? Well, it's good. Sometimes if you get somebody, they say if your papa or your family member and a secretary forever, there's no way your name, you not go there for Book of Life. So let's just leave it that way. All right, let's come back to this one. Chelsea are very optimistic that a deal for Barcelona former Arsenal and Gabon striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who is now 33, can be reached as further talks are scheduled this week. And even Fabrizio Romano have given us a whole layout of how the conversation is going. First off, they are going to negotiate personal terms with Aubameyang. They are going to agree today. They are going to agree on the salaries. After that, they will now pitch a transfer by either Monday or between Monday and Wednesday to FC Barcelona. It does look like FC Barcelona are willing to sell Aubameyang, because if you look at the plethora of players they have up front, they can do without Aubameyang. But this is my take. This is my take on Barcelona. Barcelona are really planning to chase for all the titles that they are chasing. It will be good to have an Aubameyang as your backup. Now, my problem with having Aubameyang as your backup, Aubameyang, all through his career, apart from when he was at AC Milan, and I know some people are surprised that he went to AC Milan. Yes, his father played for AC Milan, and he also played for AC Milan. Now, he's not used to sitting on the bench. Aubameyang on the bench is like Sheyi Adebayo on your bench. He's going to destroy your dressing room. So you're just going to find a way to make sure that it doesn't come to your team and disrupt the entire element of your team. Now, in that regard, maybe that's the reason why Barcelona wants to sell him, because I can't think that of all this world, I'm the only person that knows. If Aubameyang is not going to play regularly, there's no use keeping him on your bench. It's good starting regularly, smiling and being happy and doing some assault and backflipping. He decided to cut his hair and look like he's a decent guy to Barcelona, but Barcelona are not sold into that world. Now, going to Chelsea, what is good about him going to Chelsea is the fact that he's going to play under a coach that he already knows, his temperament, his mentality, his methodology, his work ethics, and all that, his demand. So it's not like he's going to a strange place, strange bedfellows. It's a place where he knows very well. London is also where he stayed in the last couple of years. Whether it's not London or West London, there is no much of a big difference. And then he's a party guy, he's a party animal. He loves London. He wants to be in London. Spain is where his parents are based, but he wants to be in London. So all the elements are aligning in favor of Chelsea right now. But would the deal go through? How much would Chelsea be willing to pay? And I don't think it's expensive. 25 million would rest Aubameyang away from FC Barcelona as it is. The only biggie is the salary that Aubameyang will command. Aubameyang will command between 300 to 500,000 pounds a week. That could also be the problem. But let's see how it goes. I wish Chelsea the very best. I think that I want to see Chelsea have a good players in their squad that can make them compete both in the Premier League and in Europe. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I don't wish them back. Okay, they are not sports as far as I'm concerned. Kevin Duffy on Instagram say, bro, you don't lie on that one about Ogbonna. He only rided on his brother's fame and glory. I beg, where you go dry this your jersey when I'm robbers everywhere. I'm robbers everywhere. This my jersey now. It's not your own Emilio Abi. Come on, Emilio the jersey. Only TV, Jack Loco, only TV. I'm not giving you my jersey now. Okay, this one is coming from Chalfomik on WhatsApp. It's a good morning, bro. If Chelsea completes the American Aubameyang signing, I'll be very happy because the London derby will be very, very sweet. I just want to imagine FA Cup final against Arsenal versus Chelsea, and Aubameyang scored the winning goal. Wow, I'll be very, very happy. Commentator, no worry. Peter Drury, though the new Peter Drury, Obi Plaza Peter Drury, well done. Low budget Peter Drury, the wrong commentary there. Come on, Ganaraya. The players in the final. You don't forget Arsenal and our final specialist. Don't come and follow us to do that thing. Don't come and do that. Meet Arsenal in the final team. Don't just try it, because at the end of the day, now you go lose. Now you go shuffle. Now you go shuffle. I just tell you, now you go suffer. Now I go lose. Don't come and be forming like you will win one thing there. You will not win anything. I go lose. I'm just telling you, there's a Chelsea fan here. There's a Chelsea fan here looking at me and feeling like, what is this one saying again? Because you're bros now does not mean I cannot answer you. But Chelsea Arsenal in the FA Cup finals, if it is Carling Cup finals now, I can understand. But if it is this FA Cup that we're talking about, this FA Cup, share for me. When I focus on another thing, focus on your top four. Okay, so let's go back to Instagram and see what they are saying there. Saviki said, thank you for wishing Chelsea well. I mean, I have nothing to wish them bad. Chelsea will consider loaning forward Christian Pulisic 23 to Manchester United if the USA captain agrees an extension to his current contract, which has 2 years left to run. Now, how do you convince me to extend my contract when your plan is to loan me? It's like I'm extending contract that you don't even have plans to keep me on your team. I don't think that as a player he would want to take it anymore. Well, Saviki said Oba will repeat what Giroud did to Arsenal in the Europa final. Well, if you're signing Aubameyang just because of Arsenal, I don't think you need to sign him. Leicester have opened negotiation with England midfielder James Maddison, 25, over a new contract. Nobody's buying him again. He's not going to Newcastle again. Okay. Everton had been linked with Tottenham Hotspur's English midfielder Harry Winks. Okay, the guy that winks his eyes. 26, but the toughest boss Frank Lampard has decided to walk away from the deal. I'm walking away from winking in my life. Okay. Aston Villa's Burkina Faso winger Bertrand Traore. Where has he been? 26 is attracting interest from Turkish side, Istanbul Başakşehir. Okay, let's see what comes out of that one. What's it called? Besiktas hope to finalize a deal for Everton's Dele Alli. Just buying waste, buying problem. So that the former England midfielder 26 can be in the stand on Sunday game against Faith Karagumok. Let's see. Fulham are negotiating a fee with Roma after agreeing terms with 23-year-old Dutch winger Justin Kluivert. He didn't even play any match for Roma. West Ham are thought to have made another bid for Belgium and Club Brugge midfielder Hans Vennekin, who's 29, after their first offer was turned down, according to Sky Sports. Lyon's French defender Malo Gusto, 19, has attracted interest from FC Barcelona. I say they want by player. Okay, not by player on our free register. And Manchester United as well. Manchester United, I want to show the boy career now. AC Akma have turned down bids of about 50 million euros from Bournemouth and Celta de Vigo for Jasper Kelsen. Okay, 26. That's why the Swedish strikers desire to leave the Dutch club. One thing is for you to desire. One thing is for the other club that wants to buy you to pay the fee that we deserve. Okay, going is not a problem. Let them pay your fee. Watford have rejected the second bid from Newcastle for 20-year-old Brazilian forward João Pedro, thought to be around £22 million plus £3 million in add-on, according to the Athletic. Talks are still ongoing between both clubs, despite the second bid having been turned down, according to Fabrizio Romano. Crystal Palace are interested in signing 24-year-old French midfielder Osam from Lyon, despite reports that he has agreed personal terms with Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, what's happening? I want by everybody. Come and sign me now. Sure. Let's have a conversation around that. All right, so we're still talking about the bloodiest boxing bout you've ever seen, and somebody gave us the one between the Korean guy and Mancini. Okay, which is the bloodiest boxing bout you've ever seen in your life? I have 10 listed on my plate here, and I also have, because my dean has come out to say, oh, he's sorry, he didn't check properly, that was a mistake. This again is proof perfect to what I said before, that VAR or no VAR, human interest will precede anything. I can bet my life on this, and I'll tell you that Mike Dean and all the center referee were told before the match that we want this match to be controversial. Because it's the weekend that the La Liga is starting, we don't want the talking point to be more on what happens in the Real Madrid game or the Barcelona game, especially with all these new signings. We want the whole week to be flooded with talks about this game, and there is no bigger game. You see how they strategically made the fixture to be on that weekend. No bigger game than the London derby between Chelsea at home against Tottenham Hotspur. So let's make that game controversial, because they have spread across France, all across the world, and a controversial moment in that game will override what happens in Italy, in Germany, and in Spain. They've succeeded. So coming out to admit that I made a mistake, the only job you're supposed to do, you made a mistake in doing it, and tomorrow you still give him a job again to go and sit in front of a VR. Come on, this man does not have eyesight. He's not blind. He's not wearing glasses. Even if he's wearing glasses, he should be tested and be known that he can see. So to come out and admit incompetence at what he does, because people will only complain about it if it was MPFS. Since it's not MPFS, they will let him ride and it will go. Like my mom will always say, if Oyibo shit, na perfume for na pomade of black man body. If Oyibo mess, na perfume for black man body. We would swallow it and move on and pretend like nothing happened. But well, I'm not one of those people, so I know the trick. I've always said it, and I'm still going to stand by it. That these people, they know what they are doing. They would rather have talking point than not. But having said that, let me give you the story on penalties at the World Cup. Let me go from the very, very top and read this article for you. There's nothing like watching an action-packed penalty shootout, pitting players against goalkeepers with either one leaving as the hero or the other as the villain. Okay? At any World Cup, taking a successful penalty means being remembered for years, if not decades. One penalty moment that will never go off my head: 1994 USA 94 World Cup, Brazil versus Italy. Roberto Baggio is my guy. Remember, I am worried about you. So Roberto Baggio is my guy. And he missed the penalty. And you know, the rest, as they say, mother she wrote, okay? The rest, as they say, is history. But the painful side is that moment changed everything for Roberto Baggio, because Baggio was primed to deliver the World Cup for Italy, but he didn't do that, okay? Wow. 2006, Italy won the World Cup eventually, but that moment would always stay in my head forever. Okay, Victor Kleber's penalty miss against Cameroon at the National Stadium, Ghana, Nigeria 2000 Nations Cup is another moment that will stay in my head forever. Okay, and then there are some other penalty misses that you will remember. Italian 90, Maradona, the previous day, said that there is nobody that can catch his penalty. Even if you put God in the goal, he will not catch his penalty because he can't miss, even with his eyes closed. Guess what? Next game they played against Yugoslavia, and Yugoslavia goalkeeper caught his penalty. Aha. Where's the phone? Aha. Okay. Saviki, he said, Elegbete, this your assertion was recently vindicated by ex-referee who said they were usually instructed on number of occasions on corner kicks, yellow card, red card, etc. It's a shame. I've been saying this thing forever. I remember one time Antony almost punched me in the face for saying that Premier League matches are fixed. I was like, guy, there's a difference between me that play football and you that did not play. You're looking at it as a fan. The thing about a fan is you're so fanatical, you're so locked into it that you feel like the memory of the beauty of the game that you have should not be tainted by anybody. So anybody who comes in to try to let you know, it's like when I was growing up and people said that wrestling was fake. Oh my God, we could kill you. My house is a wrestling house. Okay, we are wrestling. We know everybody's name. We know their wife, their children, where they come from, what they eat, and all that. This was the time when there was no internet, but we know all this people. We know everything about it. We know Robert Ginelli, we know Shawn Michaels, we know the British Bulldog, everybody, Okogan, Andrew the Giant. We know all of these guys. Giant Kamala. We know that Giant Kamala can talk. He's just acting all those things, but we just love it like that. And then I found out that it's fake. It's entertainment. You know how that won't change my own childhood, but it's one of those things. One day people will realize that the Premier League is more of a business than a football game. You understand? And this business is shared among the shareholders, and they determine how they distribute. Teams are winning, teams are going relegation. During the 2020 championship, the COVID year championship, I'll tell anybody, Watford was relegated to save Aston Villa. It was rigged. Like, you could see it, but people still pretend like they don't see it. I don't understand. Like, are you guys blind? But hey, let's talk about penalty. The origin of penalty, okay? Penalty kick was, as we know it today, was introduced by the International Football Association Board. IFAB has been in existence forever. These guys are the guys that make the laws of the game. And in one of the laws that is called Law 14, that's the law that brought the penalty kick into existence. Okay, in 1891, where were you? Where were you? As me now, as me am now, the ancient of days of football. I wasn't born that time. Okay, where were you in 1891? Okay, in accordance with the law, a player who purposefully trips, holds, or handles the ball within 12 yards of their own goal line is liable for a penalty. So let's talk about penalties a little bit. What is it like to take a penalty in the World Cup? The USA all-time leading goal scorer, Landon Donovan, I'm sure you know this guy. Ghana people will know him anyway. Put away 57 goals in 157 games and was America's top scorer in the World Cup history. Landon Donovan told Football Now that taking penalties in football's biggest tournament is a nerve-wracking experience. You are very aware that this is a big moment, not only for you and your team, but your country. Donovan told Football Now in an interview. London Donovan equalized from the spots in the USA's game against Ghana in 2010 in their round of 16 clash. That's why I said Ghana people will remember this guy. Okay, the relief after you score a goal in the World Cup, especially on the penalty, is huge. In the World Cup, there is just more at stake. When you take a club penalty, you miss one, you might in 2 weeks get another one. In the World Cup, there is no second penalty coming. You know that is your one chance. It might be the next 4 years, and you might never qualify the next 4 years. Does added technology increase the number of penalty? Knowing that you are responsible for the dreams, Mike Dean does not even think like that anymore. Dreams of millions of people back home can be more than a little daunting, and it's hard to recreate the pressure that comes with the penalty in training. Okay, VAR was introduced to assist on-pitch referees with catching fouls committed inside the box. That may have been mixed. Okay, the video assistant referee watches the match via several screens and can view slow motion replay, allowing them to advise the on-pitch referee on what to do. Unfortunately, Mike Dean did not come to duty that day. He was thinking of his girlfriend that he had booked in a London hotel. Okay, former FIFA referee Ken Hackett predict the Qatar World Cup in November and December will break the record of penalties. We're expecting that to happen. And I also think that the Qatar World Cup will also break the record of red cards that will come. While I'm reading that, let me take this one from my brother, Tony Jesse. He said the English as a nation are a hypocritical people. I agree with you 100%. I was weeping watching City fan abusing Zoma after the game, City versus West Ham. They were chanting, that was how your cat felt. Yes, I saw that one, and nobody said anything. And all this whole racism talk, it's crap. I know. I've been there. I've been the victim, so I know how that works. Okay, I can see more penalties being awarded because I think those VAR operators selected for the World Cup will be trained very efficiently by FIFA. There might be a penalty kick in the past that's not awarded because we've not seen it. The review process with VAR that comes in will ensure that those are detected and those are penalized. It's no wonder that FIFA Referees Committee Chairman Pierluigi Collina, my all-time favorite referee, as far as I'm concerned, this man is a legend. Remember, he was a referee when Nigeria beat Brazil or is Argentina in the finals of the Olympic in '96. He's been in the center. But one thing you can bet your life on, Collina is the referee against Pierluigi Collina is the referee between any English team and the German team, or whether national team or club side, the Germans will lose. Go check your history. You will see that happen. 1999, Manchester United versus Bayern Munich in the Nou Camp, at the Nou Camp. This man was at the center. When England, Michael Owen scored a hat-trick against Germany, that 5-2 win in the World Cup as a Euro qualifier, he was at the center. Every time a German team, an English team have beaten the German team in a very crucial game, Collina was there. If Collina was officiating that Euro finals between Italy, that women finals between Germany and England, Germany will still have lost that game. Okay, but let's move on. That is one of the greatest, if not the all-time greatest as far as I'm concerned. It's no wonder FIFA Referees Committee Chairman Pierluigi Collina will be heading up the match officials at the World Cup in Qatar. He is widely considered the best football referee of all time, after being named FIFA Best Referee of the Year 6 consecutive times. Oh my God! Oh my God! Where are African referees in this mention? Okay, let's go. Penalty kick. The question that I asked earlier on, what country has the record of the most efficient penalty kick takers at the World Cup? The answer is Germany. Germany, the Germans are machines, so you know that. They don't joke. They don't smile. They keep a straight face. They don't frown. They don't smile. They just keep a straight face. They don't do Hitler, but they just behave like that. They are the king of penalties. Germany is the undisputed king of penalty shooters, scoring a remarkable 17 of the 18 penalties. France, Mexico, England, and Argentina have tried and failed to beat them. Footballers spoke to German sports journalist Jonas Geddes and asked about the secret of German success. Okay, I mean, this was what he had to say. He said, most importantly, it is the experience, explained Geddes. Okay, they always think about the past, and let's remember, Jens Lehmann, very famous with the paper in his shoes. He checked where the players will put their penalty, and I think this experience makes you strong. We did it, and we will do it again. Of course, they are practicing penalties, and of course, there is a little bit of luck, like always. Okay, but they couldn't, win in some cases. The pressure of penalties during the game are important, but for spectacle and tension, the penalty shooter will have everyone on the edge of their seats in Qatar and fans watching television. Knowing that you are responsible for the dreams of millions of people back home can be more than a little daunting. Go and ask Bukayo Saka, he will tell you. Recreating the pressure build-up of a penalty training can be challenging to win the World Cup. However, you might need to score a penalty or two along the way. I think it's just pressure. Believe former England international Stephen Warnock, okay? To replicate the pressure situation of doing it in training and then in front of the fans is very difficult. When you think about the Euros finals, there was that pressure on the team to bring it home. He's coming home. He never came home. He left home as like the prodigal son and he never came back. They keep on saying in England, I think that was a huge pressure on the players as something that you can't really practice. Penalties will continue to be both a test of nerves and technique. For fans, it can be a moment they can barely watch. The outcome will see hopes shattered at the moment of ecstasy, ecstatic moment, delirium, and combustion. Most unparalleled in the footballing world for a lucky few. For the neutral, there is nothing quite like it. So that's the talk about penalties. Let's go over to other ones now. So I think he said Germany is the answer. I've given the answer already, followed by France. Yes, I agree with you on that one as well. So let's go. Okay, let's talk about 10 of the most controversial football matches of all time that we've seen. And I said you can chip in your own. Tell me the one that's happened maybe to your club or to your team or to your country, whichever way. But my people, YouTube, let me come to you guys. Oduni Remilako said, what do you make of Casemiro's deal? I don't make anything. This is like coming like the Varane deal. You go to Manchester United, it's like going to just earn salary and not work hard. There is no passion, there is no pressure, there is no drive to work extra hard to kill yourself. Is just what it is. Okay, for those people who are listening online, I guess the internet is messing up a bit, but you gotta bear with us. We're trying to establish contact, but it's just having issues. It's one of those things. That's what you do online. You get to deal with those things. So, but if you're listening via the YouTube and Instagram, I guess you're getting a field day. Okay, online is back. Let's go back to what you've got to say. Divine Tokai says, so Messi did a ride or die with a fumbling FC Barcelona and helped to keep them afloat for the time he was there. But a particular goat wants to jump ship the moment he can't get UCF football, a scenario he helped create. I don't know what you're saying, I'm not in that area. Tony Jesse said 2009 Champions League final, semi-finals, Chelsea versus Barcelona. Okay, that's the rebel one, right? Okay, that's the rebel one. That's that one. I am still I'm still suspecting that rebel guy from this Sweden or Norway. I'm still suspecting that they gave him money. I can't accept that he didn't see all those things that happened in that game. Divine Tokai, he said, how come Indy is not being chased by Man U, even when their fans seems to want him to? They are rather willing to spend over 50 million for Casemiro. It amazes me, Sha. Well, Indy should not go to Man United right now because it will be worse. Rather stay with Leicester City. You don't want to suffer for 600 years. Young boss, it's all about one. I miss you since you left real life. Okay, that's yesterday's news. This is where I am now. If you don't miss me again, always be here. You will see me all the time, Monday to Friday. You see me here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You see all my content coming out every day, so there is no need to miss me. Abuna Dairo Alessio, he said, we really need this guy. Come to Chelsea. Who's the guy that you're talking about? Aubameyang, I guess. Okay, Divine Tokai, he said, the result of the Spurs game was annoying, but I really enjoyed and loved the handshake drama between Tuchel and Conte. It was everything. But we got our worry boy. You got worry behavior. You got urukuruku behavior. And then Bola Oluwaseun for me say, I agree with you 100% on the McDean statement. The man is saying rubbish, utter rubbish. You have a chance to rewind this thing. It's not like you didn't have the chance and then you now come and tell me that I missed it. You missed what? You are incompetent. You shouldn't give it a match to handle again. Okay, so let's talk about some 10 of the most controversial games that I have. Somebody said it's the Chelsea versus Barcelona 2009. That's the only one somebody said. But please, guys, tell me your own. But let me give you some of my own. One in my head is the 1982 World Cup, Germany versus France. That goalkeeper that jammed the French player and they took him to the hospital. There was no yellow card, nothing. I can't believe. Okay, I can't believe that one. But it's one of those things that happens in football. The hand of God is not really a controversial thing. It's a moment in the game. Okay, so let's take it this way. It is inevitable that in football, human errors contribute to matches being won or lost. Shots will be missed, passes will be misplaced, and errors will be made within these 90+ minutes of the game. But guess what? There are some games that just are a baptism of controversy. No matter where you look, how you look, there are controversies that you cannot even deny. Okay, however, there is nothing as irritating and disappointing for any football fan when decisions are made against their team or unusual circumstances arise that should have never happened in the first place, like the Chelsea Cucurella head pulling that Mike Dean and everybody refused to see. Blind Stevie Wonder saw that. Even Koba saw it. But my Dean and his team that have the chance. And then to think that they even took like 2 or 3 minutes out of that game, looking at the clip. And all of a sudden, that moment just vanished from their screen. And now, almost a week after, my Dean is coming out to talk. Ogo wound you for there. Let me talk like Benin people. Ogo wound you for there. Ogo wound you. No, Benin people, they will silence some of the word. Ogo wound you. And it's terrible anyway. Okay. And controversy ensued by the mere fact that players, coaches, and even fans think and know that every single call should have gone their way, especially if it's something that could have helped their team. Any given game has moments where one side or the other feel they have been cheated somehow. But nothing manages to evoke a much criticism or even passion from the fans. Remember when Arsenal was going to get the 50th unbeaten run game and the referees just decided we will spoil it. So Alex Ferguson gave them money, and I know since Manchester United is suffer for, so they will suffer more for 600 years. And I never see anything. Kevin Duffy said Holland versus Portugal in the 2006 World Cup, 13 yellow cards and 4 red cards. Man, that game was bloody. It was bloody. But I love the game. That's the funny thing. I love that game. Okay, so on my number 10 on the list is Manchester United at Old Trafford versus Arsenal on the 24th of October 2004. How that game went the way it went, I don't know. But let me give you my script on that. For a few years on either side of the millennium, Arsenal's intense rivalry with Manchester United was well known and one of the fiercest in English football, thanks to both Sir Alex Ferguson and the Willy one Sir Arsene Wenger the Cola. Okay, this Jordan Iver was dubbed as the Battle of Old Trafford Mark II after the events of the previous season. A year later, and the battle was as physical, fiercely encounter as its predecessor. Jose Antonio Reyes took the brunt of the tackles, and both Neville brothers were booked for their robust challenges on the Spaniard. You know that guy. Oh, God bless his soul. But Arsenal matched United tackle for tackle, and Cristiano Ronaldo was made a target more than a few times by the Arsenal player. The game changed after the 73rd minute after Ronnie went down in the box under a So Campbell challenge, but there was no contact. Let me make you know that. Ruud van Nistelrooy stepped up and made no mistake in time before Ronnie sealed 3 points with a simple tapping. While the match had its share of incident, it was the post-match. Remember the pizza that Fabregas threw at Alex Ferguson? This was that game. This was that game. Now let's go to my number 9. Number 9 was a game that happened in 2014 on the 10th of May 2014. Damn, this game had more crowding of referees than game action. It was Juventus versus Roma in Turin. This game was bloody. It was crazy. It was annoying. I can't read my notes because time does not permit me, but you can go look that out and look at that story and it'll tell you. Number 8 is the game that my brother Cape Udofia mentioned. I have it on my list. It happened on the 25th day of June 2006. This game was the game of the card. It was a card game, actually. It was a Russian roulette. It was a card game. They were playing bets of cards, as many as 13 yellow cards and 4 red cards. It was bloody. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. It falls on my number 8 position for this one. Don't forget all of the people that were carded in that game. Okay, other Kali Bolarus, you remember him? Other Cristiano Ronaldo. All these guys were in that game. The referee, I think the referee was Valentin Ivanov. Okay, and the guy did not waste time. Oh, he took out everybody, anybody that was a sniper on the day. But it was a very, very bloody game. You can go check that one out. Number 7 happened in 2006, and you already know what that game is. It was France versus Italy. Italy versus France. The 9th of July, 2006. It was a World Cup finals. Materazzi, Zidane. Yeah. I was pulling Zidane jersey here and there. And Zidane said, if you want my jersey, wait till after the game. And Materazzi, according to the story, we were not there. There was no microphone to pick the audio sound. Said, Zidane said Materazzi was insulting his mom and his sister, calling them also the names, like they were war, there was this, that. He couldn't take it, and he planted his bad head on Go Akpa. He planted his Akpa on the chest of Materazzi. Materazzi went there. Later, Materazzi said he was happy to take that one if it means winning the World Cup. France again is in the news this time around. The hand of Thierry Henry. I don't know if you guys remember this one. If there was the hand of God by Maradona, there was also the hand of Thierry Henry. This is the first ever time we came close to a World Cup qualifiers being replayed. A team that qualified for the World Cup was almost being booted out for the team that lost to go to the World Cup. That was a World Cup play of France versus Ireland. We're playing this game. This game, before the game started, everybody had that this is the walkover. This one, there's nothing in this game. It was qualified for the 2010. That was the time where French players were all crazy. They were going on strike. They were misbehaving. They were going on mutiny. Remember? But this game, Ireland, who's Ireland now for France? But then the game, critical died to the point where Thierry Henry needed to use his hand. You know that Thierry Henry does not score in the finals, and this game looked like a finals. Okay? And he had to use his hand. If you don't remember, that's my number 6. It was on the 18th of November 2009. Yes, I'm piling up. That was in Dublin. I remember the first leg, and then the second leg was in France. And number 5 takes us to 1966. There's no way you're not going to mention this. It was Argentina versus England, 23rd of July, 1966. That's my number 5. It was a crazy, bloody game. England practically robbed everybody to win the World Cup in 1966. They almost butchered Pelé. They robbed everybody. Everybody. They robbed everybody. But hey, football is football. Serbia versus Albania in 2014. Yeah, this was on the 14th of October. This was like the Kosovo battle. This was crazy. This was war. This was ethnic cleansing. This was everything. Everybody, they were fighting. Even before the game, they was fighting. After the game, in the dressing room, it was a bloody game. You can go check the story out. Then there is this one that happened in 2002. The game itself was not really bloody. But what happened thereafter made it very, very controversial and bloody. A certain Anjuan was fired by Perugia for scoring a goal against Italy. Italy had a team that was captained by Paolo Maldini. They had Christian Vieri, they had Luca Toni, they had Alberto Gilardino, they had everybody. They had top team, they had everybody that could win you the World Cup in this squad. But hey, Korea made them to pack their load and go. This falls on my number 3. It happened on the 18th day of June 2002. Korea. Every time I think about that Korean-Japan World Cup, one man that I remember is related to me, Bikagoru. You know, he was in Korea, was sending us feelers, back then. And it was the year that Kickoff magazine also came. Colinodo, Mikayarika, and the rest of them, one of the most colorful magazines ever made in this part of the world. And the second game is the West Germany versus Austria in the 1982 World Cup. That's a crazy game. Crazy game. Read up about it and you would understand why I picked that game. But the champion, the winner of the most controversial game that I've ever seen is on the 6th of May, 2009. Champions League semi-finals, FC Barcelona at Nou Camp versus Chelsea. God, even Drogba became a rap artist on the day. Ballack, Terry, Macaulay, everybody. They realized that referee wants Barcelona to win this game at all costs. And remember, the previous year, Chelsea had lost the Champions League finals to Manchester United on penalty. So this time around, they are not losing on penalties, but they are losing to a referee, dubious referee called Ovrembo, coming from hell. How do you survive that? Well, I promise to give you 10 of the bloodiest boxing bouts ever. I'm going to do that. Well, let me see. Joe David said, I salute you, the king. Well, thank you very much. Let me see if there are comments that I've missed out on WhatsApp and even on YouTube. Okay, on WhatsApp, he said, bro, don't worry now. Maybe forget something. Let me remind you. Europa League final 2019-2020 season. Arsenal versus Chelsea. What happened? Chelsea 4, Arsenal 1. Show for me. Go asleep. Let me bring this one on board. Okay. I don't go like Loa show for me. Say I agree with. Okay, I've read that one before. I'm not saying Daniel. He say there is nothing like anti-racism in England. Don't mind them. Shodipo Okoyemi is saying, good morning, Elegbete. I wonder why people suddenly realize some certain players are good just because they are rumors that their team are willing to sign such players. Hypocrisy of the highest order. I know the hand of Henry that turned the tide of fate. And then Chuks Adigwe says, my unforgettable game was Man United versus Arsenal at Old Trafford, where the Invisible lost their unbeaten run. I never forgive that ref till now. Me too. I'm with you on that one. But let me round up the show with 10 of the bloodiest boxing bouts ever in the history of boxing. This is my list. So you can have your list. You can carry the conversation forward on Twitter. I'm at Elegbete1 Sports. Okay, search out, and if you put in the 10 blood, if you're putting your bloodiest bout, just put hashtag bloodiest boxing bout. If it's the 10 controversial football games, hashtag let's keep the fun going. But for me, these are the ones that I pick. On number 10, it's Miguel Cotto versus Antonio Margarito. Their first game, part 1. This game was as bloody as follow. In his very next fight against his mostly, Antonio Margarito was found loading his glove with a plaster type substance. Okay, so you know that this guy have plan, evil mind in the things that is doing. Okay, number 9 is Paulie Maligani versus Pablo Cesar Cano. This is a crazy one that if you go check it out, you would agree with me that it was bloody. Amir Khan versus Marco Antonio Barrera. It's my number 8 bloodiest fight. This one happened in 2009. In case you're wondering what year this one's happened. Okay? And then in my number 7 is Michael Katsidis versus Cesar or Za Amsot. Okay? It was on the 21st of July, 2007 that they both faced. And then number 6 for me is Diego Corrales versus Joel Casemiro. Remember that heavyweight does not really carry bloody fight. It is those cruiserweight and featherweight. Mind you, this one was on the 4th of October 2003. I ended in round 6 anyway. Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward, their trilogy. This is the 3rd fight that was decided in Atlantic City on the 7th of June 2003. Man, it was bloody. The 4th in 2002, before the 4th in 2001, and then they had this fight. And number 4, this fight, some of you will remember. Okay, Vitalik Klitschko was just coming in, and it was in 2003 on the 21st of June. And this fight was crazy, bloody, keenly contested. The battle between the British and the Ukrainians have been around for a while. Lennox Lewis versus Vitalik Klitschko. This was a fight that Klitschko dominated all the early round, rocking, Lewis with series of shots and all that. But Lewis never gave up. Even though he had a glassy chin, he never gave up. Israel Vasquez versus Rafael Marquez. This fight have been going on forever. It seems like they were made for the boxing back because this was the 4th one and it wasn't still the last one that they fought. They kept on fighting. Rocky Juarez versus Jorge Rodrigo Barrios is my number 2. Was fought in August 2008. It was a crazy bout that just before now they fought 4 times. This was the 5th one. And finally, there's no Muhammad Ali, there's no Mike Tyson. Frederic Gosset versus Jia Yu Quinn. This one was a crazy one as well. This was a mad-ass fight that you ask yourself, what are they fighting for? Why is this like this? Well, it was fought in 2006. It was a crazy bout that you could go check out. Those are the craziest, bloodiest fights that I've seen in boxing. You could add your own. Like I said, my list is not the alpha list, okay? You could add your own and keep the conversation going. For the weekend that we are in already, there's going to be plenty of games coming up this weekend, starting today. Somebody asked me if I'm putting my prediction on the website. Yes, I'm going to put it before 1 p.m. There's going to be Lyon playing against Troyes today. I'm already saying that Lyon is going to win that game. Borussia Mönchengladbach playing against Hertha Berlin over 1.5. I think Borussia Mönchengladbach will win. In Spain, there are plenty of games. 2 games going on in Spain tonight. Espanyol by 7 o'clock will play against Rayo Vallecano. The way I saw Rayo Vallecano against Barcelona, I'm almost tempted to say they will win, but Espanyol is not a difficult home ground to go. So I'm going to go with both teams to score on this one. Sevilla playing against Real Valladolid. Another both teams to score. Sevilla is not as good as I thought they would be. Last time they were beaten away from home 2 goals to 1, but they're playing at home. That could be an advantage. I think they could win this one, but to be on the safe side, pick them Sevilla to win or draw. Well, that's how we draw the curtains on the show today. It's been a very, very beautiful roller coaster. I didn't think that I could fix all of the content that I have on the show into the show, but somehow I managed to get it done. Thank you very much to everyone who joined in on the show. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Celebrity Sports on YouTube. And please help us push our content. The more we grow, the better content we can put out for you guys, and the more we will take the gamble to produce more content. Having said that, you can also read all our stories on www.elementtv.com, as well as if you're on Android, do what to download our mobile application on Android, Celebrity TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthews. You love to come in the Elevator Sports. I've had a good time in the company of my kid brother, who's always here with me. Pretty soon he'll be running back to his base. But for now, this holiday is one of the sweetest ones that I've had in a very, very long time. You guys are the best fans anybody could ever pray for. I just wish that the numbers keep going up and we keep progressing, so that day, that dream that I have to buy somebody a house and a car, I'll be able to do it off the proceeds of this YouTube channel. That's a dream. That's a goal that I have. Like, I want to buy somebody a house. I don't feel the way, Ellen DeGeneres feels when she buy a house with people or buy cars with people, help people to start business, pay people's fees to go do masters abroad, people who you think can never go do that, and see how it feels. I don't know how it feels. I just want to have that feeling. So please help us to grow this channel. And when we get there, remind me and we will do it. God bless you and have yourself a wonderful time. Let the weekend favor everybody, as we pray that the odds on everything we do in life will favor us. As always, we will not get into trouble. Trouble will not know our place. Be part of the people who are fixing problems, and don't be part of the people who are creating problems. If you cannot fix, support those who are fixing. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Get entertained.